In this video I'm going to be showing you how to activate the power and also access the Pack-a-Punch machine on the Final Reich. First off, the power. The power is different within this game compared to other games of the past. First, inside of the spawn room, if you run over to the village square and come past the armor machine, you will see this giant generator here with 3 red lights on it. The idea here is we need to turn all these red lights green. So coming from the armor machine there, if you come straight around it to the right here and come over to this wall, you'll find this valve here on the wall. Simply walk up to the valve, hold your interactive button on it until this dial goes all the way up to 60, and then you see that red light turn green. Once you've fully powered up a valve, if you come over to the generator, you'll see that you'll have a green light on the one that you've just done. So the second valve coming from that generator and also the pilot light trap, if you run across over here, you can see over by this window is your next valve, and the final valve while facing the armor machine and the generator. If you turn around and come down this little corridor here and open up this door, and then come down these stairs, you'll find the final valve over here on the wall. Once you turned all 3 valves and powered up the generator, you can then come over to this pilot trap here. Use your interactive button in order to activate the pilot trap. What this will do is it will set off the trap and then spawn a load of pest zombies. Just kill the pest zombies. After this, jump down the hole where the pilot trap just created one, and you will see in front of you is the stamina perk machine. From here, run up to the top of the tunnel and you'll find another generator here with a red light. Simply interact with it so it turns green, and this will open up some of the doors and allow you to actually purchase the door at the bottom of the tunnel. There's one other area where you will require power as well, and this is for the salt mine. In order to open up the salt mine door, you need to find 2 power switches and activate them. Come over to the morgue, and coming from the armor machine and the big tank here, if you come through into this room here, you can find the first power switch here over on the wall. Simply walk up to it and activate it, and when you activate it, it'll go from red to green. You will now have a little timer start, which is roughly around a minute. So coming from the electric cherry perk machine in the laboratory area, if you come up this staircase here and then turn left at the top of the stairs and come into this room over here, you'll find the other power switch just here. Provided that you did this in enough time, you will have both of those power switches activated. So now if you return to the salt mine door, you will be able to purchase that and go down into the salt mines. You will now have power activated for the whole of the map. Now moving on to the Pack-a-Punch. In order to be able to access the Pack-a-Punch, you need to access 3 disposable tubes. Before you can do this, you will need to have gone into the actual area where the Pack-a-Punch is and activated the button before you can actually access those disposable tubes. So coming from the stamina perk machine, if you do a 180-degree turn and come down here, you'll see that you'll go into this bloody room, which is known as the sewers. You'll see in the middle of the room, this is where the Pack-a-Punch is being kept, but it's currently blocked off. Run over here to where this MP40 wall buy is. If we then turn around, you can see this button over here. Simply interact with this button and this will begin the process to open up the Pack-a-Punch. You will now have moved up the gate a little bit, but will now also have access to all the disposable tubes. If you come to the command room and come from where the mystery box is located and come over here, you'll see the first disposable tube here. Simply interact with it to go down it. When you get to the bottom of it, the iron gate will open up and you'll see another one of those buttons next to it which you can interact with, which will start raising up the gate again. Come over to the laboratories and coming from the electric cherry perk machine, come over to this wall and you'll find a disposable tube here. Once again, go down this and it will open up the iron gate, and then once again interact with the button on the side here in order to raise the cage. Coming from the double tap perk machine inside of the bar, if you run down this narrow walkway where these 2 jeeps are and then come straight through over to where the tower is located and come to the left of the tower, you'll find the last disposable tube at the back of it here. Once again interact with it and go down the disposable tube, and once you get to the bottom, the iron gate will open up, and once again you can interact with the last button here on the side, which will then raise up the cage so that you now have access to the Pack-a-Punch fully. You can then walk up and interact with the Pack-a-Punch whenever you like in the game and spend 5,000 points in order to Pack-a-Punch your weapon. If you ever need to get ammo back for your weapon, then you can simply walk up to the Pack-a-Punch machine and interact with it with that weapon for 4,000 points, and it will give you full ammo back on your weapon. Otherwise, that's all there is to this video. Hope you guys found it useful. If you need another guide to Call of Duty Zombies, I'll have links to that down in the description and the pinned comment. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video.